Hare Krishna, Mata. You can start from here. This questionnaire.
Hare Krishna to everybody. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakayah Chakshura Unmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. In the continuation of reading book Srila Prabhupada's Lilamrita, his questionnaire seems satisfied. The lecture is not a prepared speech on a specific subject, though grave and thorough in scholarship. It ranges over several philosophical points. Yet he never pauses, groping for words. He knows exactly what he wants to say, and it is only a question of how much his audience can take. But sometimes his mood is light, and he commiserates with his fellow New Yorkers, chuckling about the difficulties they share. Suppose there is a heavy snowfall, the whole New York City is flooded with snow, and you are all put into inconvenience. That is a sort of suffering, but you have no control over it. Sometimes he praises Dr. Mishra's students for having learned so nicely from their teacher. Now, what Dr. Mishra is teaching is very nice. He is teaching that first of all you must know who am I. That is very good. But that who am I can be known from Bhagavad Gita also. I am not this body. And sometimes a guest suddenly speaks out with an irrelevant question and the Swami patiently tries to consider it. Yet behind his tolerance, Prabhupada's mood is always one of urgency. Sometimes he talks quickly and one senses his desire to establish Krishna consciousness in the West as soon as possible. He has no followers, only a few books, no temples, and he openly states that he is racing against time. I am an old man. I could leave at any time. So behind the formal delivery of Krishna conscious philosophy is an anxiety, an almost desperate desire to convince at least one soul to take up Krishna consciousness immediately. Now the constrained situations of Butler and the Anand Ashram and Dr. Mishra are behind him. He is free to speak about the absolute truth in full. Throughout his life he has prepared for this, yet he is still discovering the best ways to present Krishna, exploring his Western audience, testing their reactions. We should always remember that he is God. He is all powerful. In strength, no one could conquer him. In beauty, as far as beauty is concerned, when he was on the battlefield, have any of you seen a picture of Krishna? Have you seen? Have any of you ever seen Krishna? Oh no. Prabhupada's voice fades as he pauses, looking out at his audience. No one has ever seen Krishna. None of them have the slightest previous knowledge of Lord Krishna. In India, hundreds of millions worship Lord Krishna daily as the eternal form of all beauty and truth, and view his graceful form in sculptures, painting, and dance. His philosophical teachings in Bhagavad Gita are all famous, and Prabhupada is his intimate emissary. Yet the ladies and gentlemen in room 307 look back at the Swami blankly. Prabhupada is discussing the real meaning of going to a sacred place in India. One should go to a sacred place in order to find some intelligent scholar in spiritual knowledge living there and make association with him. Just like my residence is at Vrindavana. So at Vrindavan, there are many big scholars and saintly persons living. So one should go to such holy places, not simply to take bath in the water. One must be intelligent enough to find some spiritually advanced man living there and take instructions from him and be benefited by that. If a man has attachment for going to a place of pilgrimage to take a bath but has no attraction for hearing from learned people there, he is considered to be an ass. He laughs. Sa eva go karaha. Go means cow and karaha means ass. So the whole civilization is moving like a civilization of cows and asses. Everyone is identifying with the body. Yes. You want to speak? Woman. In the places known as secret places. Prabhupada, sacred, yes. Woman, is it sacred places? Prabhupada, yes. Woman, isn't It also a fact that there is more magnetism because of the meeting of saints and more advanced people? Prabhupada. Oh yes, certainly. Certainly. Therefore the place itself has got some magnetism. Woman. Yes, and when? Prabhupada. Just like at Vrindavan, there is a practical. Here I am now sitting in New York, the world's greatest city, such a magnificent city, but my heart is always hankering after that Vrindavana. Woman, yes, laughs. Prabhupada, yes, I'm not happy here. Woman, yes, I know. Prabhupada, I shall be very happy to return to my Vrindavan, that sacred place. But then, why are you here? Now, because it is my duty. I have brought some message for you people. Because I have been ordered by my superior, my spiritual master. Whatever you have learned, you should go to the Western countries and you must distribute this knowledge. So, in spite of all my difficulties, all my inconvenience, I am here because I am obligated by duty. If I go and sit down in Vrindavan, that will be good for my personal conveniences. I shall be very comfortable there and I will have no anxiety, nothing of the sort. But I have taken all the risk in this old age because I am duty bound. I am duty bound. So I have to execute my duty despite of all my inconveniences. An outsider opens the door and hesitantly glances inside. Prabhupada stopping his lecture. Yes, yes, come in. You can come here. Robert Nelson was like a slow, simple country boy with a homespun manner, even though he had grown up in the New York City. He was 20 years old. He wasn't part of the growing hippie movement. He did not take marijuana or other drugs, and he did not socialize much. He was a loner. He had gotten some technical education in Staten Island Community College and had tried his hand at the record manufacturing business, but without much success. He was interested in God and would attend various spiritual meetings around the city. So one night he wandered into the Yoga Society to hear Dr. Mishra's lecture, and there he saw Prabhupada for the first time. Robert. Swami was sitting cross-legged on a bench. There was a meeting and Dr. Mishra was standing up before a group of people. There were about 50 people coming there. And he called on, I am consciousness. Dr. Mishra talked and then gave Swami a grand introduction with a big smile. Swamiji is here, he said, and he swings around and waves his hand for a big introduction. It was beautiful. This was after Dr. Mishra spoke for about an hour. The Swami did not speak. He sang a song. So we stop here for today's reading and we see like how Prabhupada started slowly having few disciples or coming, rather than saying disciples, few audiences listening to his lectures, and they started asking questions, very basic kind of question. And Prabhupada, based on his experience and his himself as a live example, he started explaining so that the people who are not even aware of Krishna, who are not even heard of Krishna, who don't have any knowledge of Krishna, which makes Prabhupada feel surprised, and how mm, he he gives the introduction of Krishna to the Western people. So we stop.